Well, as you probably know, the film's called Frozen. Don't know where I came up with that name, to be honest. It was just sort of thing. It's supposed to be like a bit of a surreal sort of one where he's trapped in a bit of a limbo sort of state. This is Brad here.
I'm Brad, and I'm his main actor.
This original scene, it's supposed to be like sort of discombobulated, not knowing where he is, sort of thing. But I originally wanted it in like an abandoned street because sort of it taking influence from 28 Days Later, you know, the opening scene from that. There's something really strange about a place where there should be people where there isn't, and that's really what I wanted to get. But we searched around. I mean, you were part of it. We searched around for ages, couldn't find anywhere that fit that bill.
Back to uni, grim weather.
Prior to this, we've been like sort of very structured in what we do, and this was our chance to go out there and experiment and do what we want to do. So I had lots of ideas, and for one reason or the other, some came off, some didn't. And looking back on it now, I can, you know, I just every time I watch it, I just pick out all the mistakes I made. Like this bit there, where you're holding the jacket over the hole, and you can see the top. You're holding the jacket. One thing I was pleased with the final film is, and something I probably didn't consider, not being from a musical background, is the importance of sound in it. I mean, you can view it as a bit of a cheat, but I think 90% of the suspense in this comes from the sound. The course was split last year. We did a lot on sort of like graphic design, sort of, web design, and all aspects like that, which isn't necessarily what we're doing this year. It's more focused on the music and the video. However, I found the most beneficial thing from doing that was what I learnt from my fellow students, because we all brought something different to the party. So I consider it, you know, not wanting to say anything against the course itself, but I found the most beneficial thing through doing that course was what I learnt from my fellow students, which I think, as far as I'm concerned, is what university is about, really, sort of helping each other out. This is a bit I enjoyed doing. It's the corridor scene. Nicked a load of halogen lights from work and whacked the exposure up. That was something I did. I was consistent in doing that through it. I'd overexposed almost every shot. My vision for it was to have like a totally pristine corridor, but I mean, you have to make do with what you've got at student film. So this was a corridor downstairs in the university. But again, it does the job. See the fire extinguisher, you know, little things that if I were to do it again, you know, I'd like to change, but it works okay. I've always had an interest, like from being quite young, in sort of different aspects of media, sort of you know, making films. You know, even when I was in primary school, and it sort of died away. And I reached a stage. I hit 24, and sort of reached a stage I'd never been to uni, and I thought it's time to get. I want to get a bit of qualification behind me. But again, as well, I was at a stage in my life where I don't really want to be doing anything that I don't enjoy. So I decided to plumb for a course that sounded like it's something that I would enjoy, have a bit of interest in. The dolly zoom, the thing every student filmmaker's obsessed with. You need really long tracks to get an effective shot. I mean, I do like it.
What exactly is that, the dolly zoom?
The dolly zoom is when you have a camera on tracks, and either or you move the camera forward on the tracks and zoom out, or vice versa, you move the camera back and zoom in. You get different effects. A lot of people call it the Hitchcock shot because he uses it in Vertigo. I personally, having seen that, I think that's too quick. When Hitchcock uses it, it's too fast. My influence is Jaws. This is a bit that always impresses my friends.
It's an interesting shot.
It's basically a split screen shot where he's looking at himself. That's Rilton. That's your belly there. You feature in it. Again, it's just like simple tricks. I mean, that split screen shot was the only time I used a split screen. The rest of it was just simply setting the camera angle up so you just couldn't tell, you know. The use of red there, a bit of colour theory, just to shock people. But again, the most of the shot there is from the sound.
We have a little bit here where somebody popped out of the lift behind you.
Oh, we did. Yeah. Try again when you're ready. Action. That's good. That's on the outtake. This was sort of going to be my like the grand reveal at the end. In an ideal world, zooming out is not a good way to go in filmmaking. So I've discovered.
So why is that then?
It just doesn't have the same effect as if you use a dolly. It just looks so much better if you can bring it out. But obviously this is so high, I'd have to line up a pulley system to pull the camera all the way up. And it just it would have looked better. But again, you're confined to what you can do with what you've got. I was fairly harsh on Brad. Dead end now. That was hard work. Oh, me in the ass. What? Left tape and can. Did you get that? Alright. Right peeps, I think that's about it. Thanks very much for your hard work. Let's get back indoors before it's not f***ing it.